Hey, y'all, good morning. Hey, 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 happy spring. Come on in. It's also a Monday, so you know what that means. It is time for Monday morning motivation because sometimes, most times on a Monday, we can use some motivation. So come on in. Let's get started. Let's get motivated. It is March 22nd, 2021. It's also spring, y'all, so happy spring. And you know what that means, y'all. Usually an overhaul of the mind, overhaul of the emotions, spring cleaning, you name it. That's why you see me in the kitchen. I'm about to start my cleanse. I got my Ninja out, got my organic spinach, and we're about to get to it. You know what I mean? We're about to get our smoothie on. But as we go forward this week, a lot of things, happen in the spring, and a lot of times we try to make changes. We make changes when the new year rolls in, and then spring cleaning. It's another time for change. So, as I was thinking this weekend and even into this morning, I was thinking about what are some things that we change? What are some things that could change that'll make us a better people, a better community, a better world? Yes, a whole world. Why? Because we think big, y'all. We have to think globally because think about it. Each of us doing our own thing in our respective place will literally change the world. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter if we're talking about economic, spiritual, financial, political, it all goes back to people. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And so when you think about it, I don't know if you saw my topic, but hurt people hurt people, but change people change the world. That's right. If you look, like y'all, if you look in the news, if you look at political unrest, social unrest, it really boils down to somebody is hurt. And they lash out because they're hurt, right? They say things on YouTube because they're hurting, right? They push the button to stop oil sales because they're hurt, or they stop sales at their company, for fear of getting hurt, that their bottom line will be hurt. It usually always goes back down to hurt. So why don't we all, I don't care where you are, nursery school, high school, your professor in college, you are the mayor of a city. Why don't we all take some time and assess our hurt? Are you hurt? How would you know you're hurt? Here are some clues to know that you're hurt. You're defensive. You're always going back to a past situation. You look at the reason why others did things and not why you reacted a certain way. Or maybe when you see something, when you hear something, when you hear certain words or in a certain place, it triggers a certain emotion. You could possibly be hurt. Is that a problem? No, y'all. It's okay to be where we are, but it's not okay to stay where you are, especially if you continue to hurt yourself and hurt people. So, what are some things that we can do to change? One, admit it. Assess, just like I said, am I always in a bad mood? Am I always blaming somebody else? Am I depressed? Does certain things frustrate me? Does being certain places around certain people cause me sadness or cause me to be angry? Those are things we have to do. Assess it and then address it. You know what? That is hurt. I think I need to go and do something about it. And assess it, address it, say, yep, I am hurt. Yep, that did hurt me. Yep, you know what? When I hear a certain word or be in a certain place, it reminds me of when I was in this situation. You know what I mean? And then also, redirect it. There's a time to redirect the hurt, that maybe it wasn't their fault. Maybe they didn't understand how they hurt me. Maybe I was sensitive in that situation and didn't realize that I was sensitive. You know what? And it's okay to assess these things and address these things so you can redirect them, because guess what, y'all? We got to move on. We have got to move forward. If you didn't have parents in your life growing up, it still doesn't mean that you cannot be a productive citizen. If you didn't grow up as much money you wanted, or the opportunities to model or play baseball or run track, that was mine. Sorry, gotta work these things out, right? You don't be bitter for the rest of your life. Guess what, y'all? I run now. I couldn't do it when I was younger. My parents didn't want me to for this reason and that. And it hurt for a little while. But guess what? When I got older, I started to run myself. And now I quite enjoy it. And now, guess what? I have time and I have some other things that I may not have had when I was that age. So assess it, address it, be honest and say, yep, I am hurt. and then redirect it. You know what? It wasn't my parents' fault. They made a decision based on the information that they had that I shouldn't run track at that time. But guess what? Now I'm going to run track. Redirect it and now say what I couldn't do, because usually hurt focuses on what you couldn't do or what didn't happen. But now focus on what can happen. You know what? I can run now. Or maybe, my body structure just wasn't going to support, or my health issues. Maybe my parents realized that I had some health issues that wouldn't allow me to run at that time that are now over with because I'm eating better, right? And breathing, sleeping better, getting more rest, right? So y'all always redirect it. Why? Because when you redirect, when you find the good in all, because yes, there is always good in most situations, especially if you're still around, especially if you're still breathing, especially if you still are living a life that you can still have time to attain your dreams. So assess it, assess why you're hurt, address why you're hurt, be honest about your hurt, and then redirect it. It wasn't their fault. They didn't know. They did what they did. Or maybe I was sensitive. Maybe I wasn't ready to endure such hardships and pressures, and it caused me to. But now I can. That's the redirection. You know what I'm saying? Redirect it, y'all. Why? Because when you make changes internally, when you make changes mentally, when you make changes emotionally, or some other things are soon to follow, right? Financial change, health wise, you change, right? Now that I realized that I needed to have a better body structure, I made the changes, right? But guess what? When I feel better, I can do the things that I love. I can come and motivate you every Monday. Why? Because I'm doing them and I see the repercussions. I see the effects of making the change, right? Y'all, don't live in hurt. Don't live in stress. Do you want to live the rest of your life hurt? Do you want to live the rest of your life stressed? Or do you want to live the rest of your life changed and making change, affecting change, not just in yourself, but in your family, in your community, and in your world? Yes, you heard me. I said it. Hurt people do hurt people, but change people change the world. Yes. Do you have the ability to change the world? You do. You do. Guess what, y'all? Because everywhere in your sphere of influence, there is somebody who listens to you. There is somebody who loves you. There is somebody who appreciates your opinion and what you bring literally to the world. We all have a contribution to this great earth that we live in, y'all. And you don't know. Maybe your infectious change can cause change in your neighbor who was destined to change Tesla, or destined to bring something new to McDonald's, or destined to give Amazon new distribution ideas. So go ahead, assess your hurt, address your hurt, and then redirect your hurt, because change is coming after that. And guess what? When you make change, change happens around you. And guess what, y'all? If each of us made change, it would go all the way up the chain and the world will change. I'm telling you, it's the way it works. It's a law. It's a principle that works. Okay, y'all. So this is Monday Morning Motivation, and I'm in my kitchen about to make my smoothies. I'm thinking about, what have I done to cause hurt, and where areas am I still hurt? I'm assessing them. I'm addressing them. I'm being honest that I am hurt, that these are the things that cause the hurt, but then I'm redirecting them. Guess what, y'all? Because I don't want to stay hurt the rest of my life. I want to cause change. I want to infect change. I want to motivate change. But most importantly, I want you to have a constructive game plan and pathway to know how you can change. Change is possible when you take the steps to make the change. Okay? Happy Monday.